No further funds to follow. Fend for yourself. In 1972, that's the message I got, announcing that my investment partner was stranding me in Europe, thousands of miles from home. Have you ever had trouble raising money for your business? Sure. How about you? I know you have. Cash, the lifeblood of any growing company, and I didn't have any. How did I get myself into this predicament? I was just 21 years old and a recent college grad when I formed my first company, it was called Armchair Traveler. Now, I had been lucky enough to have been at college studying abroad. So I had all kinds of interesting experiences traveling, and I wanted to share them. Now, I have to remind you that this was a period of time, back in the 1970s, when even the most well-traveled Americans really were only doing the basic European capital cities. London, Paris, Rome, nothing special. But I was excited and passionate about sharing the experiences that I had had, like being the guest of honor at the Bedouin wedding in Northern Africa, in Tunis. Now, I had to figure out how to tap into different cultures and transcend language barriers. But I was able to do all that, and I had some wonderful experiences. And that's really what I wanted to share with others. Now, I was the idea person, and a college student, a recent college graduate, so I didn't have the cash. Clearly, I needed an investor. So I found an investor who believed enough in my idea to give me the money I needed. And I handed over control. I just didn't see any other way. Have you ever had that happen to you or anyone you know? That was not fun. But you know, it seemed like a good business marriage nonetheless. So I packed up my camera and I went off to Europe, and things were going pretty well until I needed more cash. That's when I learned a fundamental lesson of entrepreneurial finance. Cash without control is very, very expensive. In that moment, I realized I had a problem. You see, I had blockbuster video of the best entrepreneurial activities in my camera, but I didn't have the cash to be able to make my dream a reality. And someone else had control over my vision, my company's destiny, me. Needless to say, my entrepreneurial venture failed. A messy, miserable business divorce. And I vowed right then and there, I was never going to let that happen again. I would never be hostage to cash without control. I decided to go to Wall Street and learn the business for myself. I wanted to find out how to grow a business. I wanted to learn the financing from the inside out. So I spent 15 years on Wall Street, learning how the big boys do it. Let me tell you, if I thought that culture and language was an issue in Northern Africa, it was nothing like the adventure I saw on Wall Street. On Wall Street, I saw lots of miscommunication. I saw passionate entrepreneurs with big visions that couldn't get the money to grow their company. I saw passionate investors with lots of bucks, but they couldn't find the right deal. Clearly, entrepreneurs and investors don't speak the same language. That's when I realized that actually the secret to getting cash and keeping control is to tap into a clarity of communicating your passion. The raw truth is that there is currency in your passion. Let me tell you, if you want money to grow your business, the secret is tapping into your passion. That's when I decided that Armchair Traveler had failed because my investment partner didn't share my passion. I decided I had to share what I had learned with fellow business builders like you. what I had learned for myself as an undercover business builder and as a Wall Streeter responsible for creating value for others, I wanted to make it my life's mission, which for the last 18 years is what I have done, making sure you can get cash and keep control. So today, I'm going to share with you the cash and control system, which makes passionate entrepreneurs magnets for abundant resources so that you can build the business you want. Now, there are 3 predictable results of the cash and control system. First, exponential profits, dramatically lower risks, and enhanced shareholder value. It just takes 3 simple steps: the back door, the mosaic approach, and the front door. Now, it's easier than you think. We're going to start by tapping the passion and converting it into currency. Now, that's something that has to happen before you ever expose your company's reputation and name in the marketplace. That's why that's step 1, and I call it the back door. Then we're going to cash in on that passion and currency, and that's important because there are multiple elements to your financial success. That's why I call step 2 the mosaic approach. And then finally, you're going to get the credit for your future today. That's what happens when you effectively communicate your passion and make a dazzling first impression with investors. That's why I call that the front door. I'm going to take you through these 3 steps, and I'm going to show you how passion is converted into currency. So let's take a look at the backdoor approach. And I told you that this is the first step that you have to do: convert your passion into currency. And it's something that you have to do before you ever expose your company's name or reputation in the marketplace. Now, we all know that business strategy and financing strategy are interrelated, right? Did you know that there's a right way and a wrong way to link those 2 together? The right way is to make sure business strategy dictates finance, never the reverse. Think of a precious moment for your own company where you were at the brink of an opportunity balanced against the potential near fatal risk of failure. At a moment like that, it can be hard to believe that business strategy could dictate. I was talking to one of my clients, Wayne, and this is what he said: "Oh, if I could just get $1 million, I know my business would be okay." Let me tell you a little bit about Wayne. Wayne is a 41-year-old attorney in Morris, Illinois. That's rural Grundy County. Wayne had an opportunity to buy a company that was in somewhat trouble in his local community. Now, this was a company that was actually it was very, very low tech and very labor intensive. But Wayne thought that it maybe had some potential. And he was actually right, because under his leadership, the company began to grow. And his management team established a very excellent relationship with a Fortune 500 company that wanted to give him quite a bit of business. Wayne actually calculated that the business would be worth $25 million in just 5 years. But he couldn't accept that business because his plant was at capacity. Sure, he had an answer to how to deal with that capacity issue, but the bank turned him down for the $1 million he needed. The future that he was about to lose was putting Wayne's company at risk. Now, Morris, Illinois is small town America.